guys, Nick here. You're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com, a weekly live show about video games. We're proud to say that we've been at this since 2008 and have remained 100% independent since day one, and that means you'll never have to hear a sponsored ad on this show. So if you want to support what we do, all we ask is that you consider making our silly little show part of your weekly rotation. You can tune in when we record these episodes live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out. If that's not your thing, though, you can also subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast service, join our community Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, send us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. And that's it for shameless self-promotion. Time to talk about the latest and greatest in the world of video games. Let's get started. Everybody shut up. Hey guys, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 862. It is January 29th, 2026. I'm your host, Nick Henderson, joined by Brad Simons.
You did the part where you called all our names and we said all that stuff?
Yes, we just did that.
I mean, just kidding.
90 seconds ago.
Guys, how's it going?
Wow, just the memory of a peanut. Okay, Crispy. Hello, Crispy.
Hello. Oh god, sorry, I was about to cough. Hello.
Perfect timing this week. And Chris Davis.
Good evening. I'm here.
Welcome. Guys, it's time to talk about video games. But before we get started...
Before that, let's talk about urine. Chris Davis and Nick, y'all are coffee drinkers late at night, right?
Oh my god.
Do y'all ever get up in the middle of the night to pee? Does
No.
it make y'all need to
Sometimes.
pee?
No?
Actually, yes. Yeah. What? Okay, you said no like it's crazy. The answer
that's
was
not
yes.
crazy if you're drinking coffee right before bed.
I get up to pee usually at least once a night. At least. But
Okay.
the last two nights, I made it through the whole night
Whoa.
completely.
Did you have
but hey,
coffee late?
I
Yeah,
did.
You're like in your 40s now. Like that's just gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
Not
it's
me.
just how it works.
Yeah, not you yet.
No, I've adopted toddler style.
Hey,
Just don't drink that much right before bed.
Buddy,
You know.
You're gonna get older, and that prostate's gonna get bigger and
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
That bladder's gonna hold.
Anyways, I before we got into the silly nonsense of our podcast that we usually hit, I was going to start the show off on a semi-serious note because I did want to. we are a podcast that convenes once a week to talk about video games, but I
Allegedly.
did think we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge that this is kind of strange that we're getting together to do this and continue talking about video games while the fucking world is on fire at the moment, especially here in the United States and particularly in Minnesota right now. And I didn't want to just go out business as usual without at least acknowledging that yes, there's some terrible fucking shit happening here at the moment, and it weighs on all of us, I think. And to anybody out there who's listening to the show and just needs a bit of normalcy and routine and something to take their mind off it, I hope we can at least offer that.
There's a lot of good people raising money right now to a lot of good
Yes.
charities
Yeah.
related to specifically what's going on in Minnesota,
Absolutely.
but elsewhere as well.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure we said something about it because it's been a particularly hard few months in this country, especially. And yeah, man, it's rough. Sometimes it's hard to just kind of just sitting down to play a video game comes with like a layer of guilt because you know what I mean.
Well, yeah.
And then to get
for
up
so
and-
many reasons, but this is certainly.
But like it's supposed to be something. I mean, I think we all enjoy this hobby a lot, and it brings us a lot of joy. And we know it brings a lot of other people joy, and we don't want anybody to feel bad for that. But yeah, it's just there's so much terrible shit happening right now. So we hope this helps. We're gonna press on. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, but we're not blind to what is going on. So just everybody out there. I usually say this at the end, but be good to each other and be safe. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I want to throw in. I recommend heading over to MinMax because they are like a Minnesota-based video game outlet, and they're doing a lot of fundraising
Awesome.
for what's going on over there.
Yeah, they're doing some kind of
Awesome.
thing with Giant Bomb as well.
Fantastic. Sadly, we're a Texas-based.
Yeah, but nothing's going on in
Operation.
Texas ever.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, just wanted to get that out of the way. So let's get on with it. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about. I will go ahead and funnily enough, we're gonna start with an icebreaker. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Edit that out, Chris Davis.
Oh fuck! I'm not running my VPN. Sorry.
So anyways, guys, I just want to remind you, if you do happen to support us on Patreon or subscribe to us on Twitch, we're taking viewer questions of sorts, and we're going to just answer one question at the beginning of every segment going forward. So if you're a supporter in either one of those platforms, you can find the link to the Google survey where you can ask your question in Discord, in the Twitch supporters channel. You can find it on the Patreon feed. And if we don't get to your question right away, don't worry, we'll get to it eventually. But yeah, just make sure you go find that survey, submit your question, and we'll answer it on a future show. So I want to start the segment off today by answering a question from Novelty in Indiana. Novelty in Indiana. He says, if you could will any one game into existence, what would it be? I.e., another PS2 Silent Hill by Team Silent, Final Fantasy VI-2, remasters of PSP Monster Hunters, or a modern Pokemon by Monolith Soft. Those are just his examples. I feel like
how about a new Oendon game, aka / Elite Beat Agents?
Brad, now I feel like you're just harping on this.
No, this is one of my favorite franchises. It really is.
Okay, I'll believe you. You know,
Well,
I don't know. I just don't know if that was the genuine answer you would have had otherwise.
No, it's like a great. It's a look. It's something I've wanted for a very long time. I love this series.
Okay. You know, he mentioned a new Silent Hill by Team Silent, and while that's cool and all, I feel like Silent Hill is actually having it's a bit of a renaissance right now. So I don't feel like I would waste my answer on that. You know, GTA 6 comes out this year, and as much as I'm excited for GTA 6, I know that just means it's going to be like a decade before we get another Red Dead Redemption. So I feel like I would just go ahead and will Red Dead Redemption 3 into existence.
Okay, but that's
I know
like
that's kind of lame.
inevitable.
But yeah, but like inevitable, I'll probably be in my 50s before I play that game. You know, that's
why you have to say it like that, man.
It hurts, doesn't it?
I'll give you a game that's
I think you'll get it before your 50s. You'll get it before your 50s.
Brad won't get it before he's 50.
I might not even make it.
He's already
to my
past that
50s,
point.
Okay, I don't think like that, dude.
Oh man, shit just got dark. Shit just got dark. What else? What else we got? There's got to be.
I want a Battlefield style game using the G.I. Joe license, the 1980s G.I. Joe.
Wow,
that would be kind of cool.
It's pretty specific.
That would be
Red
fucking
blue lasers
awesome.
Everywhere.
Exactly.
I think the people want
every like fucking weirdo vehicle that they sold. Like
yes.
There was that Toy
seen the
Soldiers
vision.
game that had G.I. Joe crossover, right? Like a G.I. Joe crossover with Toy Soldiers. Remember Toy Soldiers? That shit was cool. Toy Soldiers?
Yeah,
is that what it's called?
That was a cool game.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
360 era.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah,
the two of
There's
them.
a lot of things I want. How about a Tactics too? Yeah.
How about Monolith comes back and starts actually making like horror games again? I would love to see
Condemn 3.
I would love to see Condemned 3 or you know, just see somebody finally make like a proper sequel to Fear that's like
Or just do a
received.
crossover, dude. I take a crossover of Fear the Condemned or something where, you know, instead of super soldiers, you know, created by the
You're
DNA
gonna
of,
say
well, whatever. Yeah, you know, maybe I won't.
We
Like,
need
is Condemned okay anymore? Can they make a Condemned? Because you were just
Are you
fighting,
sa-
like,
are you
homeless
saying
people.
well I mean, I think they could, but like I don't know. Maybe
It's like Resident Evil
absolutely
5. You
can.
can't go back, man. You can't go back.
Yeah,
You can't.
you know,
Just
they're
gotta
going
leave
to
it
just
alone. Leave it alone.
they're just going to awkwardly skip remaking Resident Evil 5 and we're all going to know why they
Yeah.
did it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they will. In
Uh,
fact, there's news. They're going to Code Veronica next.
Yep.
Confirmed, right?
I mean, to be fair, Code Veronica needs it way more than 5.
Oh, yeah. But they're
Oh,
also
yeah.
going to skip 5. 4 didn't need it, but they still did that. So, you know.
Well, don't
That is
even
true. That
bother
is
with
true.
5 or 6. Like, just stop.
But
the
here's the
remakes.
thing.
No, but 5 is good, though. 5 is
They
good. 6
remade-
No,
is
it
they
is.
remade
It
4.
is.
4 didn't need a remake, but they remade it because that game is so beloved. They knew everybody would just eat it up. Like it's an easy win because people will happily take another version of that game. They could remake that game again in 3 years, and it wouldn't even be that much different, and people would probably still go out and buy it again.
I also
So.
want a conclusion to the Darkness trilogy. I want to see that brought to an end because that was a fucking amazing cliffhanger. For
Are we
two.
calling it a trilogy? Are we calling it a
Not
trilogy?
even the same developer.
Well, if they made a third game.
I mean,
he's calling it a trilogy before that third game even existed.
Yeah,
they were talking about making a third game, and they just never. They decided to make more fucking. What was the successor to Dark Sector? The what the fuck was that?
I don't know if
Warframe. Just they decided to make Warframe 24/7.
I don't.
I think Warframe, the
Warframe
successor
is
to Dark
sick.
Sector at this point is a little
A bit of a
absurd.
reach.
Warframe is
I'm not. Hey, look. I'm not.
I mean, they both
I'm not
had like
putting
a
them down.
glaive or whatever, like heavily featured in early marketing, I suppose. But
I mean,
Speaking
I'm
of
just
games that I
saying,
want to
like,
will into existence, what about the Final Fantasy IX remake that was part of the Capcom leak? You think that's even happening still? Because that would be one of them.
well, not the Nvidia leak, not the Capcom leak, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a thing, or was still a thing, or
I don't know.
might
Is it
have
still a
gotten
thing? Because if it's
canceled.
not, I would will that into existence.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably not like what you
Wait.
think it is. It's probably just a remake.
gotta
No,
go
I
with
don't
it.
want it to be. I don't want it to be anything like the Final Fantasy VII remake. I
It's
want it
not.
to
No.
be.
Yeah.
I want it to look. I would love it to actually look like Claire Obscure
Oh,
Expedition
okay.
33. Like,
No,
I got
that's
one.
too much too. I don't think it's.
No, I
gonna
mean
look
like
bad.
the overworld. Like I would like I would like it to be like the whole game to be very much kind of like how they treated the overworld in
Wow,
Claire Obscure.
dude. I don't know
Okay.
what that. I don't know. That's kind of rude. Because Final Fantasy IX is such a beautiful, like visually,
It is.
like spectacular game, and you're like,
Yeah.
but the Frenchies do it better. So we're gonna
But the
No, I'm
French
talking
is
about the
doing
style,
it.
like the isometric
I told you,
overworld.
Nicholas is a Western chauvinist. You've never met somebody who supported NATO more than Nick.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I think my dream game that I would will into existence is like an open world. Man, like what if you took like Assassin's Creed and like Dragon's Dogma and like Dark Souls and you like mashed them all together and it was like a action RPG, but like you could like fight mech dragons and like
This
pilot a
okay.
mech, and then like maybe there'd be like hot air balloons and like
It
other
probably had to
dragons
be
with, like,
made by a
crazy
Korean
spells.
developer. It probably wouldn't turn
There's
out
no
real
way you
good.
could make this game in the West, but maybe someone like China or Korea could do it, and it would be really cool.
the real answer to this question is we did a podcast.
Yeah.
We did a
did.
podcast in the past couple of years called our like top 3 dream games.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find the link to that
No,
episode and put
I
it
have a
in
serious
the
answer,
show
though.
notes.
A serious
Uh-huh.
answer to this question would be if somebody made a video game use like a tactics based video game using the rule system
Brad's
for Lancer, the mech RPG, where like you had license levels, you had the fucking frames, you have all the different like wild crazy abilities in Lancer, like you've got the
Wait,
the
there is a
fucking
tactics.
Ubuntu gun that doesn't exist until it fires, and then when it fires, it does a set amount of damage and hits perfectly every time, and then it goes back to not existing again. And you've got all the paracausality and like weird space magic and shit. Like,
But
yeah.
there is a license or a tactics RPG based on like anime mecha.
Bradley, your lack of TTRPG knowledge is
Oh, sorry, I don't know about
humorous.
Lancer. I'm
It
just
is-
saying the
it's
Super Robot
humorous.
Wars series.
Oh, there are robots on a grid. That's like Lancer, right? Oh, Brad. Oh.
Still probably something you might
Brad,
like.
you would love Lancer. It's crazy.
I believe it, dude. I'm a Lancer and
It's-
Monster Hunter, of
It's
course.
fucking crazy. Either that or like a proper Batman Arkham follow-up, but it's focused on Nightwing instead of Batman. That would be sick.
That would be
fucking
sick. I would
I'd
have
take
to.
that
Terry
over.
McGinnis.
I'd take
Terry
that over
McGinnis.
I'd take that over the Batman Beyond game any day. Give me Nightwing. That'd
Really?
be sick.
Okay.
You go to hell, sir.
You know,
Fuck you.
I'm glad.
Fuck
I'm
you.
actually glad you mentioned that because a Batman Beyond game made by Rocksteady would also be really
Oh,
sick.
you fucking tourists.
I know. It's a basic bitch answer, but like
That is
yeah.
not a basic bitch answer.
What an elitist fuck.
Anyways, guys, Novelty, thank you so much for the question. We appreciate it. We'll answer another icebreaker question at the beginning of the second segment, but for now, we've got other things to talk about. Let's see. We're going to talk about Mio, Memories in Orbit tonight, Strange Jigsaws, Pragmata, the demo. Anyways, the Pragmata
We finally
demo.
played it.
Brad finally played it. And I do want to spend a little bit of time, maybe in the second segment, talking about Microsoft's big reveal of Fable, which has finally been shown off pretty extensively. And we watched that together last week, because last week we didn't record an episode. We did just kind of a long hangout session, played with Trailer Talk, and watched that showcase. And man, I really fucking regret counterpicking that game right now. So, anyways, we will talk a little bit about that. But for now, where shall we start, video game wise? Maybe we should start with the Pragmata demo, since it's been a long time coming.
The secret Mega Man game.
Only because I kept
You guys are
putting
gonna be
off
talking
playing
about
of the
Neo
demo.
demo.
Nah, wait, you played that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Oh. I
He did, but he
did,
didn't bring-
but I mean, I'm just gonna save it for next week when the full version comes out or whatever.
Oh, it's next
Yeah.
week. Oh,
Yeah, I think
shit.
it's next week.
Yeah. I think he's right. But yeah, now Pragmata is that
Pragmata?
weird.
Pragmata, the Pragmata demo.
This is what
Yeah.
Chris Davis affectionately calls a secret Mega Man game, which I don't.
I mean,
No, that's the
like
internet
sort of an
conspiracy
inside
thing.
joke. Yeah, but I mean,
It's
obviously
stupid.
it's not real. I mean, yeah. Well, it's okay. Okay, now it's stupid. What the fuck? I mean, it was kind
No,
of
the
clever.
conspiracy's
You don't have to be
stupid.
mean. What? It's funny, is what it is. It's not a Mega Man game.
Could
I
someone
don't-
lay out the conspiracy?
I don't
Because
What's
know.
the
the
idea?
little girl is
She's-
wearing blue. Everyone's
She's artificial. She's not like a real
So
human.
she's Mega Man,
I guess. I mean, it's 2026.
and then you're
Okay? It's a reboot.
Proto Man,
It's a bit of a stretch, okay? It's
Yeah.
it's
or
a
are
bit of a
you
reach.
Rockman, and she's Roll.
No, well,
I don't know enough
she
about
is
Mega
an
Man, so-
annoying little girl with who never shuts up. I don't know. This is like, I don't know what this is. It's like Dead Space by way of Vanquish, but it's not cool like Vanquish. It's
I mean,
It-
the very combination of those two games that you just like, that sounds kind of intriguing.
well, I mean,
But-
I think people are intrigued because it's from Capcom, and Capcom makes good games like Resident Evil and stuff, right? And it
And Monster
is,
Hunter.
a third person over the shoulder, like, shoot them robots kind of thing instead of zombies. And you have a little girl who sits on your back and doesn't wear shoes, just like Pauline from Donkey Kong. And it's just so much while while it works there, it doesn't work here. I don't know. She's really annoying. But
Is this gonna be one of the
the game-
situations
the
where
game's
I'm like,
pretty
I
cool.
don't think she's annoying, but
No,
is
she's
the voice
annoying.
acting bad, or
it's
much
just
of it? What
very
is it?
it's very weird. It's weird, and she's kind of annoying, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just she kind of sounds a little too much like a baby or something. It's just strange.
What the
I don't-
fuck was that?
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's weird because so they're clearly doing the they're clearly
dad-
doing
the dad-daughter thing?
she's AI, or she's a robot, and
bearded
she's
murder dad.
confused about human things, like she's
bearded murder
like she's
dad,
giving off
yes.
that vibe, right? Which is like, I guess, like classic, like, the Terminator has to learn what human stuff is like. It's cool when it's John Connor. It's not cool when it's this zero charisma dude guy that you are. I don't know. The demo's very short, so it's not like I've had like so much time with these characters. I think what they want to do is kind of like that, father-daughter thing that's so popular
Bearded
in video
murder
games
dad.
these days. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think like Capcom's like storytelling chops are gonna like wow me like with. I mean, they certainly haven't in this very short demo, and I don't know if I trust that weird.
They make great
girl
games,
and
but
boring
story is
dad are
not
gonna.
necessarily their their strong suit, or at least writing is. Their stories can be exciting, but like not necessarily well written, and you know what I mean, like dramatically
Yeah,
satisfying.
sort
I
of.
don't know.
Here's what I think is kind of interesting about the game is that it is a third person shooter and it plays well and it feels pretty good. Like, like Capcom can make these sorts of things. I'm not entirely sure exactly what team this is with at Capcom, but I guess that's besides the point. The core like hook, I guess, to the gameplay that's unique to this game is that mid like third person shooting combat, the girl will do hacking, and like the hacking will be in, like, it won't like pause the game or anything, right? Like as you're fighting things, she'll kind of like do her hack and it'll just appear in the on the right of the screen like a
Oh,
grid, like kind of like a BioShock puzzle pipe dream grid or whatever. Although it's not pipe dream, it's actually relatively simple, and you actually control that on the face buttons, like to move it around on the face, like with the face
while you're
buttons
still
while
controlling the
you're still
character
like
in third
shooting
person.
things. Yeah, yeah. So it's
Is
all,
that not disorienting?
well, not really disorienting as much as it is just, juggling multiple types of gameplay at the same time. Like it's just, it's a little bit of like rubbing your head and patting your tummy or whatever, or the other way around, rubbing your tummy and patting your head a
You
little
can't even
bit.
say it right.
But not even that. It's just like it adds a layer of an extra layer to like a sticky situation. Maybe you're being,
So you
a
like it.
robo is like closing in on you or shooting missiles at you, and you're desperately trying to hack it because that stuns the robots and opens them up to like taking a lot more damage. So you need to get these hacks off, and this seems early on in the game, but even I noticed like there's various like as you're kind of like drawing your little snake line around the little grid to do the hack, there's other power-ups that you can like pick up along the way. So if you're trying to get on a hack real quick, you might just jump right to the end of the line, to the like kind of the end of the maze or whatever, to to do the hack, or you can maybe do like a longer path to try to get these power-ups that I think what it does is it adds drops. You know me, I was skipping tutorials, but it's adding drops
This
like when I do
motherfucker.
take out the enemy or something, or it's giving me some sort of like damage boost. And then they start introducing like parts of the grid that you don't want to like go over because they'll make you exit the hack. So I definitely see how they can maybe add layers of complexity to the hacking during like increasingly, tricky actual combat encounters in outside the hack. So there's a lot of potential there. It's just that the demo is not really long enough for that to go very far, or for it to get very deep. But like you immediately realize the potential. It's kind of exciting. I mean, it runs really great. I'm playing on a very old PC, and like I immediately started to like, I was immediately planning to like turn on all like DLSS and all that stuff to like get it running well, but I didn't have to turn any of that on. It just ran great from the jump, which is nice.
Damn, the
Good.
Resident Evil engine strikes again, huh?
Well, yeah. But as long as it's a game like Resident Evil, absolutely runs amazing. If it's a game like Dragon's Dogma or Monster Hunter Wilds, they
Not so
have been having
much.
problems. Not so much. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of exciting. It just truly is a short demo. I think you're in this environment, and a lot of the footage we've seen is this sort of in like science fiction, like moon based kind of like,
Yeah.
indoors corridors, very clean white aesthetic, but that it's sort of that over and over, but which isn't super exciting. But if you remember some of the first trailers for the game, you're like in the middle of like a city, I guess, on Earth, and like in terms of like the scale of what's going on seems like very large and whatnot,
Yeah.
where you're like falling out of the sky and shit. So if this starts going to like more interesting environments, I could see this game being pretty exciting. But the girl is really like
Do you think the girl has
annoying.
the potential to win you over?
I think the game really thinks that they're gonna make me care about this robot girl, but it seems like they're trying way too hard, and like maybe not in a good way. Like I don't think they're gonna win me over. I think they might win like like weird anime fans over. I don't know, man. I'm
They're gonna
trying not to
win
be
Nick.
rude here.
Dang.
It's just a really strange vibe. I don't
They're
like
gonna
it.
win Nick.
Not Nick. Well, I don't know. Nick's,
Yeah, I don't like anime. What are you
Nick's,
talking about?
I mean, he likes things though. Me, I
I
hate
do like
things.
things, just not.
He liked
So it's harder
Cyberpunk
to
Edge
win me
Runners.
over.
That counts.
I do like Cyberpunk Edge
I
Runners,
mean,
which
the
is
girl's
getting us.
creepy and like, like I don't know. There's definitely like an uncanny valley thing going on. And like the character just sounds annoying. It reminds me of I played the demo for that Adventures of Elliot, whatever that fucking game's called. Like the HD 2D game from Team Asano that's coming out that's like instead of Octopath Traveler, which is a RPG, they're making like a Zelda type game, like an action RPG. You know what I'm talking about? Adventures of Elliot? Is that what it's fucking called?
No,
It sounds familiar.
Really?
Yeah,
the
you lost me.
fucking
I don't know.
Square Enix, Team Asano, whatever.
I'll see
The
what I can
fucking
find.
Octopath Traveler people are making a Zelda game, like a Link to the Past style Zelda game. Anyways,
Okay.
there's a really annoying. Like I was super hyped about that game, but then you hang out with this really annoying pixie character who has an insanely annoying voice, and her writing's kind of bad, and it's like, man, it really kind of deflated my hype for that game. And it's a
Adventures of
similar
Elliot.
situation here.
The Millennium Tales is the game you're talking about.
I don't like they're trying way too hard to make this like a really cute character or something, and it's like just not working. Like she your animations are really cute and she talks really cute, and it's just kind of
There should be a disclaimer here. Brad is a little bit of a bitch when it comes to characters sometimes, so maybe.
What the fuck does that mean? I'm a bitch when it comes to characters. Oh yeah, this is character of the year.
I
The
don't
demo's on
know.
Steam.
I don't
Play it.
know.
I'm not
I feel like
fucking
your
crazy.
threshold for being annoyed by characters is a lot,
You're saying
Particularly
that,
children.
but my no,
which is funny. He's
you
the only
fucking
he's the only
idiots. My
parent in
runner
this
up
room.
for character of the year last year, in a year that had like fucking Silksong and Expedition 33, was Pauline from Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, fourth runner up, huh?
No, it was my first runner up.
Oh,
A child character that was done really well, that had a lot of personality, that added a lot to the game, like literally the closest analog to the same character in this fucking game, and I thought she was great. But here it's just kind of off. And my guess is like this entire like story is gonna be bad. And I can't wait to see some like awful villain character, because it just I can already smell him in this game. It's just like it's not gonna be good. I just have a feeling, but it's probably gonna play great. I want to see like really crazy cool bosses and like cool like set pieces like you would expect from a Resident Evil style game, or like a modern Resident Evil style game. But
what you're describing sounds like their approach to Resident Evil. It's like the stories are just kind of like over the top bullshit, but like the moment to moment stuff, the bosses, the action in it is just crazy.
But like
good,
at least the like the outfits in fucking like the characters have a little bit of riz, even though they're not like deep characters, I don't know. Like Leon is kind of like a lovable doofus, but he's got like a really nice jacket. And like this main character has like a sick helmet, but like, man, it ain't enough. The helmet can't do all the work. It's
fair enough. Mandalorian taught us that.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
this game comes out in like March or April, right? I believe. So, and,
yeah, you don't remember all the fucking million delays this game had, where that stupid girl was like holding up a drawing and going, sorry about the delay.
I just find it really funny.
They spent way too much. The game is delayed because they spent 2 weeks making this animation for this fucking kid. It's confusing.
I do just find it really funny that Brad is the only parent in this room, and he's like, "This fucking kid's annoying."
Well, look at this shit. Like, look. This is the end of the trailer. Look how much they're zoomed in on this kid's face, like it's fucking Half-Life 2, and they're showing Alex Vance for the first time. It ain't that good, okay? Like this shit sucks, and it's kind of weird. And there's this uncanny valley. She's got the hairdo of like a 35-year-old woman. It doesn't make sense. I don't like
All right,
such anger.
Okay, duly noted. It comes out in late April, so it's actually not as soon as I thought. But I am interested because Capcom's got a pretty killer lineup this year between this and Resident Evil and Onimusha. Just, uh, yeah, it's gonna be a crazy year. But yeah, this won't be out until April. So, anyways, uh, we'll talk more about this in April, I guess. Um, I have been playing. First game of 2026 for me is going to be Mio Memories in Orbit. Roll that sick footage.
Already rolling.
What can
Let it speak for
say?
itself.
What can I say about Mio Memories in Orbit?
What can you say? I started
I
this
mean,
and I was like, there's other things I can play right now. I've played one of these.
you have definitely played one of these,
I played
but
Silk Song. We're living in a post Silk Song
yes,
world.
we
Your
are.
job is to
God,
convince me it's worth it in a post
but
Silk
I
Song
don't.
world.
But like, is it really my job to convince you in a post Silk Song world? I mean, here's the thing: does that mean you're never going to play and enjoy a Metroidvania ever again if it's not Silk
No,
Song?
it's
If
not
it's
that.
better than Silk
But like
Song,
you have to. I think you have to have a good, like even post Hollow Knight. You have to have a good pitch. And I'm not entirely
Uh,
sold on the pitch of this one.
I don't know. So I've played about 6 or 7 hours of this game at this point, and the pitch is not. If you're coming out of the gate comparing this to something like Silksong,
I'm not. I mean,
it's a
that's
hard
not literally what I'm doing.
it's a hard sell.
I'm watching I'm watching trailers and I'm looking for anything that feels kind of unique and like, oh, that seems nice. And I remember I watched one of the trailers and I saw one thing in that whole trailer that I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's kind of neat. And it was like like a part where she's like kind of ice skates and using like
Yeah,
momentum from like skating
yeah,
on like ice. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
There's a
that
whole
looks kind of
area.
nice.
So essentially, this game is this is one of those kind of like cryptic Metroidvanias where like the story is not um super clear. Like you don't even really know much about your character when you wake up or where you are or what the kind of the context of the game is. But
Yeah.
it seems to me like you're on some kind of like, I would imagine this is probably some kind of like large spaceship civilization that has been dormant or like everything kind of failed and you are like the one remaining um uh robot, I guess, that is still alive, and you're waking up from your like from being dormant, and you're like trying to like wake everything back up so you can like power the ship back up, and you're going through it, and uh you're the kind of like the main mechanic here is you're as you go through you're finding these like upgrades, but they give you a very limited amount of they give you like a lot of really enticing upgrades that can that can make platforming and combat and boss fights and everything way easier, but like you're very limited to how many things you can have equipped at once. So even at the point where
Mm.
I'm at right now, I have like 9 or 10 different things, but I can only equip like maybe 3 at a time. So there is a bit of a push and pull there of like, holy shit, how am I gonna get like if I'm running into a boss that I like am struggling with, it's like, well, maybe I need to kind of rebalance my loadout by going and swapping out my upgrades. But like in a lot of cases, like they give you an upgrade that allows you to see your health, like your UI. If you
Mhm.
unplug that, you don't have that anymore. So you're going in blind. There's a separate upgrade for seeing enemies' health, so if you want to be able to see your health and the enemy's health at the same time, you're already using up like half of your upgrade slots.
Mm. Well, I mean, that feels very
So
Hollow Knight, right? Like,
I mean,
you're
yeah, I mean,
limited
it's
on
it's not it's
if
not
you want
like
the map or the compass, right? That shows where you are on the map. You're gonna have to like sacrifice some of your
and
loadout.
I don't know what it is, but there's something about going into a boss fight when you can't see the boss's health, as if that should change anything. But like being able to see how much progress you're making in the fight itself
Yeah,
somehow makes it
yeah. It makes you feel
better
like you're
or
accomplishing
easier.
something. Absolutely.
But
I
but
mean,
like
life bars are
but it takes
important.
up
I
so
think
much
depending on the kind of game.
it takes up valuable space in your upgrades and stuff. So like I'm sitting here like constantly trying to be like, do I really need to see how much life is left on the boss, or should I just sacrifice that and go in blind and get some upgrades and maybe do some more damage or whatever it may be. So that's kind of interesting. But like it's ramping up difficulty pretty steadily here, and like the exploration in the world is actually really satisfying. I'm really
Okay,
enjoying it.
well, explain, because this is the kind of stuff I need to hear. Also, I'm
Yeah. I mean,
surprised Prince of the Universe in chat, when he first started playing this game, he was kind of like just kind of warm on it, but now he's saying it's a must play, and I'm like,
I
where?
mean, I can kind of see it. I mean, I don't know if I've quite reached the level of it's a must play just yet, but like that's also
Well, I
the
can't imagine you did. He played a lot more of it and got to that point.
yeah.
I think where you when he was at where you were at, and this is Prince who plays like a million
Yeah.
Metroidvanias, right? Uh, uh, he was kind of like, I don't see it, I don't get it. But now he's like, and
Yeah, I
I've
mean
been
like
that way. I've been that way on some games. There are some games where I've been kind of like, it's okay, and then I go to 100% it, and I'm like, oh no, this one was actually really sick.
yeah,
I
I
feel that
feel
way about
like
the Ender games.
I wish I could comment on that more because I do have a feeling it at the rate at which it's like steadily like ramping up the difficulty and the upgrades, and I'm seeing more of the world and how everything fits together, and I'm like, and it's not super like I'll get an upgrade in one area and then be like I could keep progressing in this area, but now I can think of like 3 other places throughout the map that I could progress in, so I'm not necessarily locked into going through this one space. Like it's definitely the world is opening up, quite a bit as it goes on. Which at the beginning it did feel a little bit linear, like it was kind of guiding me down a very specific path. That's definitely opening up. But yeah, each area kind of has its own unique twist or whatever. One of the earlier areas in the game is that kind of the ice skating area, or it's all ice, but when you walk on it, you slide, so you can build
Yeah,
momentum. And when
which
you
I like
chain
that.
that
I mean, that's cool.
together when you chain that together with like the like grapple mechanic and the double jump, and they have these flower because when you use a double jump or a grapple, it uses your meter, and your meter doesn't refill until you touch the ground and you stay on the ground for like a few seconds. But like if you hit these flowers, it'll like instantly reset all of your shit. So you have to like use an ability, double jump, hit a flower, double jump again, use the ability, try and get to another flower, and like so you're like trying to like piece together like these platforming sequences and stay on top of it, and it becomes like this like I've already done like 4 or 5 of these sequences where I've been like, holy fucking shit, that was intense. Like these platforming sequences are actually really challenging, but at the same time it's not like it's kind of like the whole vibe of the game is actually like pretty chill. Like it's like one of those games you can just kind of like you can't really like clock out, but like it's just very relaxing and vibey, and the world like the art in this game is beautiful. This is a fucking if
Are
you
you
like
playing this handheld?
beautiful I've played a little bit of it. I mean, I've played most of it on PC, but I have played a few sessions on my Steam Deck
See,
and it runs
this
great
feels
on
like a
Steam Deck.
game where like I can see that it probably has a good art style, but I'm not seeing it on my Steam Deck. I feel like I need to maybe see this on my like in 4K on a
It is
TV or something.
I'm trying to think of how to of it has this kind of like pastelly like with inconsistent like outlines on things. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, no,
It actually reminds if you ever played Hob, I feel like the game Hob had kind of
Hob
a
did. Yeah, I
similar.
see what you're saying. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Where it's kind of like weirdly like there's emphasis on outline versus
Yeah.
the
Like
texture.
sketchy,
I don't know art. It's kind of like
but
a sketchy
it's
type
definitely got a good look
style.
to it, and it's probably more noticeable on like a PC, like if you're playing it on a
What is this
bigger
power up?
screen.
It's kind of like a hover, but can you just stop in midair?
It's so yeah, that's one of the more recent upgrades I got. It allows you to basically it's basically like a what's so like
Like
in Silk
fly?
Song, she can like open up her little dress and kind of like float down like a
Yeah.
like catching the wind. It's kind of like that,
It just
but
you seem like you have more like control though. Like once you're in the air,
you
you could just kind of like stop on a dime almost.
yeah, because she's a robot, so I'm pretty sure she's actually like kind of like guiding herself. She's still kind of drifting downwards, but she can actually go in a straighter line than if you were just gliding down to the ground. But it uses that meter, so like every second you're floating, you're running out of meter, and as soon as it runs, you'll drop. Um, so
Hmm,
you're kind of balancing that with a bunch of other shit. Um,
cool.
but yeah, man, like it's
I was gonna not play this, but I guess I'll give it
it's
another
getting
shot.
good. It's getting really good. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm at a boss. Like the bosses are actually super challenging.
Which I've
Um,
heard. I've heard there's some decent accessibility options in there as well.
Probably. I haven't messed around with it too much, but I'm glad to see that Prince of the Universe kind of came around on it because I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it. I started out thinking this was just going to be kind of a chill vibe Metroidvania, and it's definitely getting to like I played it the other night in bed on my Steam Deck, and Robin had already gone to sleep. And like 10 minutes later, she rolled over. She's like, okay, this might not be a good game for you to play in bed because I was like, fuck, like, like trying to do these platforming sequences. So I was like, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe this isn't as chill as I thought it was going to be. My
These red
bad.
spikes do kind of look annoying. Like I've seen it so much of it, like in various footage and trailers of like these red spiky plants or whatever,
That's this
and people
one
eating
area that has
shit.
the red
Oh,
spike
it's this
plants.
whole area. Okay.
Yeah, this area, like the other area is the ice, and this has like the plants that'll get you. Um, but yeah, man, it's got it's if you like kind of like the world that kind of unfurls like an onion and stuff like which is kind of the bread and butter of Metroidvanias. I think it's got that in spades. Um, and like it's like a good Souls game. Whenever you like unlock like you'll go through an area and then you like find this a secret like door that you can bust open, and all of a sudden you fall through and you're like, oh shit, I know I'm back here, and now you've opened up a new shortcut, and it's like I love this. I love this shit.
Okay.
And there's secrets, plenty of secrets.
I like secrets.
So
That's
secrets
the
are
thing.
good.
If you can, if people are telling me there's good secrets in the game,
There's
then
lots of thing because there's like a lot of the upgrades are you're like not all the upgrades you get are going to be handed to you. They're hidden about. You can miss a lot of them. So it rewards you if you explore. And there's a lot of things you can kind of see, but you don't know how to get to.
very
And
Metroid.
so when you kind of figure out how to get to them and stuff, it's pretty satisfying. But like I'm saying all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty straightforward Metroidvania. But it's I would say it's one of the good ones so far. And it's got a really cool like the kind of like the world like the ship that I described earlier is like this living breathing ship, and like the things that you're going out and trying to reactivate are they're described as like part of a body. So it's like you're trying to go activate the spine, the brain, the hands, like one of them is called the breath. So it's like you're trying to bring this like living breathing ship that you're on back to life. uh it's cool. It's cool. I dig it. I do recommend it. And to see that Prince of the Universe came around on it just kind of tells me that it's gonna just probably continue getting better. It's not
Oh,
gonna
he's
lose momentum, if you will.
undercutting Silksong. I don't know how I feel about that. Silksong hides stuff
Wait,
pretty well. It's like
wait, Prince was underselling Silksong?
No,
Or
I mean
am?
he's no. Prince is throwing it under the bus a little bit, but whatever.
Oh,
It's fine. It's fine.
that's absurd. I don't agree with that.
No, I mean
Silksong's
he
a
says he
goat.
still prefers Silksong, but I mean he's
Oh well, yeah, of course.
secrets
I mean,
better
I'm
in this than Silksong. Is that real?
guys, I'm never I no. They're as
I mean
good
he
as this game
100%ed it. He
is.
100%ed it. So
As good as this game is, I would never sit here and tell you that there's any aspect of this that is like legitimately better than Silksong,
which
because
is
I
not
think
fair.
Silksong
I mean
is
you're right.
it's not fair. It's absolutely not fair, but that's okay. As far as there have always been Metroidvanias before Hollow Knight came along that were great. And this is one of those. Um Silksong's it's just not a fair comparison, but it's still beautiful and fun, and it scratches the itch, and it also is way more challenging than I had given it credit for at the outset of the game. So bear in mind, proceed with caution. But yeah, that's Mio Memories in Orbit. Um, how are we doing on time?
I think we
9:39.
could talk about another game. What else we got today?
I think you, Brad, and let
Yeah, I could talk
Crispy.
about my game.
Crispy, just confirm. No high guard tonight, right?
I didn't play any high guard.
Okay.
I like on Steam it says that there's some like startup option that is not enabled on my computer that I need to enable to run the game. And I got a little squicked out and was like,
Oh, I bet it's
Ah.
like the boot TBL thing. It's
yeah,
the same
it's
thing
It's
like
a trap.
it wants to
Battlefield is
like
doing.
Yeah,
it's some kind of anti-cheat thing. And like
yeah,
just
yeah.
based on what I'm hearing, I don't think I'm gonna be that into it, or at least like I wouldn't be into it unless I could get other people to play with me. And I just got all my
Only
friends
you
into
had
Arc
friends that
Raiders,
like.
so like they're not. Yeah, I'm like I need to save that up because in a month I need to convince them to all play Marathon. So I think I'm just
Now
skipping
that
High
you own
Guard.
it, courtesy
Yeah,
of Chris Davis last week, by the way, which
yeah,
happened
exactly.
off the podcast. So if you weren't aware, we hung out last week and watched trailers together, and it was actually on Crispy's birthday, and
It
Chris
was.
Davis gifted him marathons. Look at that!
Yes,
He
which
deserved
thank
a
you
What a
again.
birthday
nice guy!
present.
What a nice guy!
My game's gonna be short, so we could do that real quick.
Do it.
I've been playing Strange Jigsaws, which was a game that came out last year, and I'm glad I made time for it because it's pretty insane, actually. The reason it's gonna be short is because I don't think I can like this game is almost entirely spoilers. Even showing footage of the game might be like spoilery, right? It's a puzzle game. Where you're solving jigsaw puzzles. In fact, the trailer is like for this game, it's just like a 10-second trailer that goes, this is a game where you're solving strange jigsaw puzzles. You solve strange jigsaw puzzles, and then like the trailer's over, which is true. It's true. I don't know how I
Truth
compare it
advertising.
to something. This is it's a game with a lot of it's a puzzle game, but it's like a
With
very
puzzles,
one of them really
jigsaw
clever
puzzles.
one of them really clever puzzle games. Obviously, yeah, you're solving jigsaws, but they're like how clever can we get with the concept of a jigsaw puzzles? And really you're kind of solving, I mean, it gets I'm trying to think of another game that's this clever. You know, I talked recently about There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension, which was like a
Hmm.
puzzle game where just figuring out how to interact with the game was kind of the puzzle in and of itself. This is a lot like that. Like they're like, oh, solve this jigsaw puzzles, and you're like, I don't even understand what I'm looking at, how to interact with it, and then just kind of like just fucking around with like the elements of the puzzle when you even figure out like what the elements are is like half the puzzle. And then there's like it's one of them aha puzzle games. Does that make sense? It's the aha
Yeah,
genre.
it looks like someone just like dumped a bunch of random puzzle pieces on a
A
table, and
Eureka.
Yeah, yeah.
but they all have
And
like
this one
interactive
specifically
elements.
uses like sound. You're not going to hear it because there's no audio, but like you're pressing buttons and it's playing like a voice, and that's like adding elements to this puzzle. But the crazy thing about this game is every other puzzle in this game is completely different than like this one. Like they're all like from the ground up, and they get some of them get very meta, or just really, I mean, just really outside the box. It literally sometimes, figuratively. Um,
What
what is
is
that
that?
noise? Are you playing some of the audio? What's going on?
No.
Oh, I heard. Well, was it the baseball game? What's going on? I don't know. I heard something. Probably
Yeah, me
Crispy's
too.
game. He's probably
Yeah.
playing Magic the
What?
Gathering or something.
I
What's
didn't.
going on?
I'm
Game
playing
audio.
Karen.
You weren't hearing the chick from Cairn. Well, fuck you, Crispy. Fuck you.
Why can you guys hear that? That's crazy.
I hope you
Go
fall
to
off
your
the
mic.
cliff. I hope you fall off.
Oh, because I'm on the wrong microphone? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're on the right microphone for us.
Yeah.
But
Don't fuck with your audio.
yeah, don't fuck with your audio. Actually, don't touch anything. You're playing a game and you're recording on Audacity. That's unhinged.
But
I do that all the
Is it?
time, Brad.
is it?
What? No, I play on like my Steam Deck or something. I never play a game on the computer that I'm recording a podcast on. That's
I do that all the time. You guys never notice.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, this is a puzzle where
I'm
you
not
say,
paying attention to this because I want to play it, Brad, and this is so spoilery. I don't want to be
Shut the fuck
spoiled.
up. Although I seriously recommend this game to everybody on this podcast. I think it's like easy to pick up and play, and is immediately like, oh, this game is punching above its weight. Like this is a very clever puzzle game. There's a
I'm
chance
like,
that I'm gonna finish this and it's gonna be on my top 10 for 2025. It
oh,
doesn't feel
it's
like
gonna
it's
be a
very.
last minute sneak in.
I've been playing with Malia, like kind of just she's been watching, and she's been into it as well because it's very, we do a lot of like puzzle stuff, escape roomy type stuff, and it's very much has a like that vibe. And in fact, I went to like the bathroom. I was playing. I went to the bathroom. I came back. She's like, "Oh, I solved all the puzzles." And I'm like, "What? But they're all so clever. What are you solving puzzles for without me?"
How rude.
Yeah. But yeah, it sucks that I'm only really showing this one, and I might even be kind of spoiling this puzzle because I do kind of like
I mean, you keep
aesthetically they're
saying this
very
is spoiling
different.
the puzzle. I have no idea what I mean, I can see like I can understand like bits and pieces of what you're solving, but like why, like
It's all
ultimately
like
what it's.
completely different. If Chris Davis could just jump like to later in the footage real quick, just before
Yeah.
we end the segment, so you could see just how visually like things change in terms of mechanics and like the ways you have to think outside the box. Like there is a puzzle in this game that fucks with like where the menus are. Like when you hit the menu button, what happens? Does it go to the settings screen? Does it go to like the actual like you change the way the interface of the game works in a way that's like so mind-blowing. Like I can't stress enough how cool and clever and mind-blowing this game is, and you can't tell from just looking at this, but it goes crazy places. This game is cheap. It's easy. Like I recommend this to everyone. If you like any sort of puzzle games, you have to check this out. It does like from the moment you boot up the game, it's already doing crazy cool shit. Anybody should pick it up. It's called Strange Jigsaws, and it's fucking awesome. And
I can actually tell what you're doing in. Well, never mind. I thought I could tell what you were doing in this puzzle. I was like, oh, you're those are jigsaw pieces and they're fitting together. That's nice. But then you started moving them around and clicking on other buttons, and now I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
yeah,
So,
yeah, no, this is like this is like this is not even like the puzzle hasn't even started yet. But yeah, it's no, this one's pretty simple. And it gets weird and it gets funny and it gets strange and
as
like
advertised.
I saw this on somebody's like top 10 list last year. I was just watching their video and every single one of their other games I like played or really liked and she got to this one and I'm like, "Oh, this looks cool." And so I just bought it and started playing it and Carlos like played it before me. That happens sometimes, right? You make a purchase on Steam, but you don't have time to like play it that day. So Carlos will start playing it.
Yeah.
I bought this game. He started playing it and finished it and was like, "Dude, you have to play this game." I'm like, "Bro, I bought it. It's my game. I bought it to play it." But yeah, he also put it on his top 10 list. He put it at like number 4 after he finished it.
Damn.
So it's cool. Strange Jigsaws, play it. Let's move on. This one I
Cool.
can't figure out. I'm still working
Speaking
on it.
of, I feel like this is a organic time for me to mention this, but we are getting ready to really like enter production time on our own top 10 videos and top 10 lists. We put a tentative due date on our finalized lists of this weekend, so we can actually get started on the production. So keep your eyes on that. And I do have the new version of the website coming soon. I'm almost at a point where I think I'm ready to launch it. So that should be back up and running here soon. And just want to get that out there. Say that because I haven't
And I hope
talked about
Crispy
it.
falls. I hope he falls and eats shit. I hope
I
it's.
just hit the opening title, and this game is crazy.
I hope Jacob Geller said it might be the single most stressful game he's ever played.
Oh,
Which
wonderful.
scares me a
It's
little
so
bit.
chill. It's so
it's
fucking
chill at
zen.
first. It's chill at first, but I hear
Because
it's
this
like
is,
anything but.
I feel like this is a bad time to be playing games that are stressful. So
No, it's
let's
like
just
stressful in a zen way. I don't know.
stress. I guess that's
So,
how some people
someone on a
describe
podcast talked
blueprints.
about like climbing to like this insanely difficult cliff face like for like I don't know like an hour and he got to like and then he ran out of water and he started getting dehydrated and it was just like this slow realization that he just wasn't going to make it to the top and it was like just destroying him and it's a lot of like decision making of like what am I going to do, kind of like real climbing apparently, but I don't do a lot of climbing. I don't do a lot
Apparently, the
of
real
climbing.
climbing is difficult.
And the slow realization and the fact that you can't really have like slow realizations, you kind of got to just act. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting because it's a survival
I
game.
would
It's a
imagine-
climbing game,
I
but
would-
it's also a survival game.
You gotta hit the flow state, man. Dude, this is like so much more chill than Blueprints. This is
I don't know,
It's a very
dude.
different game.
Blueprints is like the chillest game I've ever played. I don't know what
Blueprints
y'all are
is
smoking.
an existential nightmare.
I want
Oh
Crispy to
man.
keep going in this game and to tell me that it's chill next week.
So I would imagine you can next week if you tune in, we'll be talking about Cairn.
Yeah, definitely.
All
I'm
right, guys,
absolutely playing it.
we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Chris Davis, you play. I don't know. Did you the game that you mentioned you were playing? It. I didn't. I wasn't entirely sure if you wanted to talk about it or not. Do you
It
want
would
to talk
just
about
be
it?
me bitching for 5 minutes. Like, I'm not certain that's worth
Okay.
listening to.
When we come back from the break, Chris Davis is in a bitch for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the return of Fable. Wrap up with the 4-player minute. So if you're watching at home or listening, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. I want to kick this segment off with another icebreaker question from Popular Advantage in Minnesota. And this is a very different kind of question, but they are curious, so I'm going to go ahead and post it. So he says, I know it's significantly easier doing the podcast the way you're currently doing it than being in person, but I miss you guys recording in person together. It's something that is difficult to do, and I totally understand that, but the dynamic you guys had in person was so much fun to watch. Have you guys ever thought about doing it again, like once a month or something? I love you guys regardless of the format, and keep doing what you're doing.
I pushed for it for like 6 months after COVID was over. Like, it's
Yeah, I mean, that's the...
When was it over for you, bro? We had COVID less than 6 months ago in this house.
I had COVID 6 months ago.
I've never caught it.
But I mean,
fortunately.
Yeah,
but
but we've all gotten it at this point.
You
except
never
for Chris
got it?
Davis.
No, never.
I feel like Chris Davis should get it now at this point just to experience it. Like, what the fuck?
You should get it, Chris Davis. You should get all brain fogged out like the rest of us. Like,
No, I'm good.
He
Thank you,
doesn't-
though.
he
I
doesn't
appreciate
believe
the
in,
opportunity. It's very nice of you.
He can't get it if it doesn't exist, right, Chris Davis? Am I right?
Oh my fucking
yeah.
god.
Gosh,
He's
Shut
just
the
been
fuck up, Brad.
mainlining ivermectin ever since 2022.
I mean, but look, here's the long and short of it. I mean, first of all, thank you so much. We are very grateful that people enjoyed watching us record in person. We loved doing it in person.
We did it for a very, very, very
We
long
did it for a
time.
very, very long time. COVID was the thing, obviously, that kind of forced our hand to moving to this format. And let's be honest, once you move to this format and you realize you can just like walk into a room in your sweatpants and like sit down at a desk without having to like drive all the way across town to do it, there's like really no going back. But it's also like
just to clarify, at the time when we were doing it, just so everyone is aware of like what the circumstances were, when we stopped meeting in person, I was driving like 30 miles a direction a week, like an hour in my car.
It was
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
to
It
get
was a
to
Yeah.
Nolan's
lot.
house, which is like 3 towns over from Austin.
Yes.
yeah.
Nick lives in North Austin. Brad already lived up that way. Like, now we've all kind of spread out even farther. Chris Davis lives out east. Like, nobody
Yeah.
lives in
Mhm.
Austin anymore except for me. And I live right down the road from where Brad used to live when the podcast started.
Yeah. Like when we would record in person, a lot of the time none of us would be getting back to our home. Like, and obviously we would record on like a Thursday night usually, or a Tuesday night depending on when it was. But
and
like
it was a while
it
when
was
Nolan was commuting from fucking
New Braunfels.
yeah, from basically San Antonio. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm,
It
mhm.
so yeah, it was it's just one of those things. Like it was not abnormal. In fact, on podcast night, I wouldn't even be getting home and getting in bed until like sometimes almost 1 a.m. on a school night, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. And
Yeah.
and
Before
at
I
this
moved
point,
up,
I think the only person even who has a like a house that I think would have maybe a room that would even be uh good enough for us to record in person is probably Chris Davis at this point, but he lives
in Lockhart.
a long way out.
He lives in
Yeah.
he lives in
Yeah,
Bible
we
Belt.
ain't
Texas.
driving out there. He lives
It's
in
like, it would be like
Vegas.
think of it this way, like we're all so spread out, but I think all of us are probably at least a 45-minute drive to Chris
From
Davis
the
from
next-
anywhere We're
He does,
LVO.
we live
Karen
in the
fucking
Austin
P.
area, at least. He does not. He lives
Yeah.
somewhere in Texas.
Different county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
not live in the Texas Hill Country, and
Yeah.
Nolan lives in fucking Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nolan and Ed already live
They fled.
out
Do
of
we have any,
state.
do we have any viewers that right now that don't even know who the fuck Nolan is? It's been a while. I mean, he was on
Yeah.
he was at the draft. He was on the draft. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nolan will be.
And they were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
And Nolan, we're not obviously not. He's got a lot going on. He just had a new baby, so we are, letting them do their thing and figure that out. He will at some point return, but that's very much on his timetable. So
Yeah.
you will see Nolan again, obviously, but he's got a lot going on in his life. So
There's nothing to say that we couldn't get together for like a lunch or something like that and do a.
we could do dinner time podcast really easily.
Yeah.
Well, not really easily because you still got to convene for like lunch, but it wouldn't be the same as like recording
Chris
it live
Davis,
in front of the camera.
pick up a bunch of barbecue and drive it to us. That's what we need.
That's an
From
expensive
Kreitz Market.
proposition, man. I mean,
Does
I
that place even
could.
exist anymore?
Which one?
Which place?
Kreitz Market.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I know this because my cousin, who always comes into town, like he always sets a day aside to go to. It's in Lockhart, right? Lockhart,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
He always goes out to Lockhart and gets Kreutz. So
Yeah, it's pretty all right.
definitely still there.
Yeah.
Pretty all right. But yeah, anytime. I mean, it's just like when y'all would see us recording at like Nolan's house all together, like on the couch. We had this room that we had kind of like dedicated to it because Nolan had an extra room in his house that wasn't being used for anything else. So we had set that up and there was like all this production that went into it, which is great. We love doing that. But like
Yeah.
to be able to continue doing what we're doing, this is obviously what makes it possible.
Also, like the more interest that y'all show, if we get more people like more excited
Yeah.
about something like this, we might be a little bit more inspired. But like, there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
So
I mean,
that's
there
not
was
to say
there
we'll
was a
never do it
point.
again, but
Yeah, it's
Dude.
there was a point to where, back in 2019, when we moved it up to Nolan's, and I was still living down south, because I had to get to Nolan's before anyone else other than just Nolan, obviously, and I had to leave afterwards because I had to transfer files and stuff. I would get to Nolan's at like 6:30. I would not get home until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and that just fucking sucked, man.
and now I can like make dinner and then just walk in here and flip a switch and we're rolling. And that's, you can obviously see the appeal in that. But
Yo, I
Uh,
still have one of the old podcast chairs.
wow.
Oh, I
Has
do
it-
too.
like from
I do
Chairs
too.
that we had before the
I
couch,
saw- yeah,
I
those
still
black
have
ones.
one.
Man.
and it
Yeah.
is
You-
a
you
piece
mean-
of shit.
It's a piece of shit.
You mean the
Mine's falling
chairs?
apart.
You mean the chairs that we sat in when you took Nolan's chapstick and used it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in that clip.
Those.
I
Those
love
fuck
that
ass
clip, by the way.
couches, though. I'm glad we finally got rid of those.
I mean, we
Yeah.
paid bottom dollar for that IKEA stuff.
Bottom fucking
Yeah.
dollar.
Those
But we
couches
appreciate
sucked.
everybody's support and the enthusiasm, and maybe we'll find an occasion to get together and do something special one day. But yeah, thank you. We appreciate the question, and
I mean, it's a lovely idea. But I mean, if like 8 people wanted it instead of like 3, maybe we'd be like, okay. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
I think what
you
we're trying to
know.
say is support the show. Like subscribe, leave
yeah.
us some reviews.
yeah.
If you're so
support by
inclined,
just showing
subscribe.
up. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing. Just
that's the
show
most
up.
important thing.
Show up.
Show up.
Leave the Discord and come chat over on Twitch during our live podcasts.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think the important thing here is that we still get together, hang out, talk about games on a weekly basis, and that's
Yeah.
that's
a
what
lot.
we really love to do. So
Like, I got to be honest with you. I also have 2 children now, and
can
I'm
we
not
use their
gonna-
room?
I can't. No. It's not feasible. It's not.
Once you have
As,
children, your availability goes out the fucking window.
Yeah.
And now Nolan
Ed
has a
and Nolan have
child.
quickly learned. Yeah, it's a lot.
His are the
It's
worst.
different. And Ed also has a child. So, it's just, we're going to keep doing this as long as we can. And this is what makes it possible. So, but obviously we appreciate the support. And if an opportunity comes along where we can maybe do something together again, we will, in person, we'll jump on it. But for now, this is what you get. So, but thank you so much for the support and for the question. All right. Again, guys, reminder.
Dude, how funny would it be? Hey, sorry. Dude, y'all just want can Henry just be on like a full podcast instead of me one week?
Yes. Oh my
Like,
God. I've been saying
maybe
that
like
for
a
years.
Y'all could just
That would be
podcast with Henry. I feel like that'd be kind of trippy. He's probably
Dude,
got a lot to say about Tomodachi Life.
I want to talk to him about Tomodachi Life.
Let's do it.
I mean, as long as we can, it's gonna be hard not to, curse. But okay,
We have to watch our language.
Yeah.
For once in our life.
It
Do we
doesn't.
really?
The cursing doesn't. He hears it all the time.
Yeah.
We don't.
We appreciate.
But he hears
like a
it.
sailor already.
he hears his parents saying it. That's different from a stranger.
Yeah,
At least
people
one
he
of
actually.
Malia and I, we talk to him like we have like way more grown up conversations with him than like cursing is like such a minor thing to like the conversations we're having with them. So it's not really like Malia, which I kind of tell her not to, is like talking to him about ICE agents and stuff. All right, he's cursing is like minor to him.
Damn, shit
he's
just
almost
got real.
he's almost
Hell
9.
yeah.
He's
You're
almost
already-
9.
He already
He's
knows the dangers of the fucking pigs. Hell yeah.
Start him early.
Man. There we go.
You gotta.
Hell yeah.
These days, you gotta.
He's just gonna show up on the podcast and he's wearing like a fuck ice t-shirt.
That
All
said,
right.
he's extremely anxious, and maybe we should limit the conversations we have with him about the world. but,
Are you using
Yeah.
ice as like the boogeyman? Like eat your
No,
vegetables
no,
or you'll get deported.
No, we
Jesus
try
Christ.
That's
Vegetables
are gonna
awful,
work-
Brad.
wake
You
up and-
can't do that.
we try to explain to him in the most, we definitely keep gloves on it a little bit, but we're just trying to be straightforward about things. That's all.
It's the world we live in. Gotta be
God.
prepared.
He had
Anyways.
questions about protesters, and Malia took it a little too far. But yeah,
Okay.
She was
All
like,
right.
if they just wouldn't interfere with federal.
Oh my god.
No,
God
I'm
damn
joking.
it, Crispy.
I'm joking.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you want to ask a question for the future episode, all you got to do is subscribe on Twitch or support us on Patreon at the $3 tier. You can the links to that Google form where you can submit a question are on the Patreon feed. They're in the Discord server and the Twitch channel. So that link is always available in there. And if we don't get to your question right away, we'll save it for a future episode. So get in there, ask your questions. We'd love to hear them. Chris Davis, is the 5 minutes of bitching you want to do? Is that more appropriate for like a 4-player minute or?
It might be. Yeah.
It sounds like a 4-player minute. Chris Davis isn't a bitch in his 4-player minute.
Yeah.
we don't. I mean, the only thing is, we don't care about the topic. So
Yeah.
like your rant's important, but like
I need to be engaging with y'all, and if y'all are not interested in the topic, it's
I
not worth
can't-
doing it.
It does feel like you're playing this game out of some
You're-
kind of
Spite?
misguided obligation. You're torturing yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Like-
finished it, and yeah.
Oh,
I hate
So
playing.
you tortured. It's past tense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. I do want to talk a little bit before we wrap up. I do want to talk a little bit about Fable because last week was one of Xbox did one of their developer directs, and we've been kind of waiting for news on Fable for a really long time, and it's finally a thing now. It feels real, like it's actually coming. I was like, before last week, I was kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised necessarily if it was canceled. Considering what's going on at Microsoft and the number of games that are being canceled left and right, and like the infrequency which we have seen or heard updates on Fable, I wouldn't have been surprised. But they did like this really big deep dive into Fable last week, and we got to see a lot more of the game. And not only that, they announced that it's coming to PS5 now, which is
At launch.
at launch, which is crazy, which is exactly where I will be playing it.
But also, okay, so this is Playground. They're also launching Forza Horizon 6 this year.
Chris Davis,
That
it's
is
Forza.
not coming to the PS5 at launch.
Forza.
Correct.
Like,
Forza.
Whatever. I don't fucking
Because
care.
Forza,
Espresso, Chris Davis, not espresso.
Forza doesn't need to come to PlayStation. I think
It doesn't need to. That's
Yeah,
a
I don't-
huge.
I mean, it would be great if it did, obviously, but like every single one of these projects has their own like individual like contract deals. I think for like coming to other platforms and whatnot.
yeah, we know
So,
it is coming to PlayStation.
Yeah,
It's
It
just
will
a-
eventually, yes.
but yeah, it's definitely big that to hear that Fable is launching on both platforms on the same day, which is crazy. It's exciting because that's exactly where I'll be playing it, and it's noteworthy for a number of reasons. We've known for a long time. Obviously, this is Playground. This is the studio known for making racing games, known for making Forza games, and this is also the first game in the series where Peter Molyneux is not involved, or at least not in any like
Whoa.
direct capacity. Right? And I'm sure it's one. Do you think it's one of those situations where he's like behind the scenes giving like advice? And
Oh
shit,
no,
or-
God no, God
No?
no! He's making some like knockoff AI God game or something like that's like
Yeah.
embarrassing and like it's
Masters of
he's-
Albion is what it's called.
He's so
which,
I mean-
so far fallen that it's like it's just
It's crazy,
beyond
though. But I mean,
awkward.
like-
it's like he's getting
It's-
into the griff game. Like it's I don't know.
It is
This
weird.
isn't.
It is weird.
He wasn't involved in every Fable game. There was that canceled Fable game that I think he wasn't involved in. Like, from remember Fable the what's it called? Fable Legends or something. That
Oh, I forgot about
in
that
the
game.
Xbox One
Yeah.
era, I think.
yeah,
Um,
that was
but now that
that
we've-
was after The Journey, which was on the Kinect, and why they even thought that was a good idea. Yeah.
Man,
Remember that?
what
The
a
Kinect
fall
was
from grace.
successful. I mean, I don't know.
But Fable as a series hasn't really been at the forefront of people's minds, I think, for quite a while. And now that we've got a glimpse of this game, what do y'all think? This is it.
It looks good. I want
It
to play
looks
this
very
video game.
Fable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fable. I think you're hotter on it than I mean. I'm still a little like.
I mean,
know.
I do have very fond memories of like that first Fable, specifically just because of kind of like the vibe, kind of like the fairy tale esque vibe, and I wasn't really sure how this game was going to look, or if it was going to capture that same vibe. But from what they showed, it certainly looks and feels like a Fable game, like way more than I was maybe expecting it to, I suppose. Yeah, Brad, you talked about like when they were showing like the countryside, like there's the like the panning shot of like the village with like the giant pumpkins and stuff growing, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh yes, this is the
That's
sauce.
the shit. Yeah.
That's the shit. And
giant
and
mushrooms, giant vegetables.
The
You know,
whimsy.
weird
Whimsy.
angled like roofs and stuff. Like yeah.
and
yeah.
fart jokes. Was there a fart joke in the trailer? I can't remember. But
Oh, certainly.
I'm
Certainly.
sure.
uh,
I think
I mean-
the thing that some people are a little iffy about is like the way the combat looked. Maybe they weren't expecting it to look like that, or they were envisioning something else. I mean, this is a
Is it-
developer that makes car games, so like even having people, much less combat with people, is new to them, I suppose. But to me, it lacked like some
Lacked
like
a little bit of oomph.
oomph or panache, or just like some sort of like it wasn't very fancy looking, you know. And I feel like these days your combat's looking pretty fancy, like more particle effects or something. I don't know. It just seemed a little like some people were saying like animation wise, it's like not really, you know, like you go back to the old Fable games and they're like fancier than
I
some
mean,
of the
I don't
stuff
know.
we're
I'm
seeing
watching
here.
this. I'm watching this combat footage right now.
It looks serviceable. It looks like
It look-
like
but
you
there
know,
are some animations that I think actually look really nice. Like he's doing like lots of little flippies and jumping around, and
It
and-
seems weird that casting a spell, like it doesn't look like they put as much effort into the spectacle of casting a spell as they did into like his wind up and kick when he kicks the chicken.
I mean, yeah, but like winding up and kicking the chicken is way more Fable. That's
yeah, sure.
that. But uh, I mean, he's swinging around this giant hammer, knocking goblins around and stuff. It's pretty cool looking.
I mean,
I don't know.
I would compare like the particle effects and the spells to be something like the signs you could do in Witcher 3. Like they're not supposed to be like big powerful things, I don't think. And I'm fine with
I mean
that.
that's
He
like,
just called down
but like
lightning
The
from
Witcher,
sky.
magic is very kind of like understated in the Witcher universe, right? Like
Yeah.
in Fable, I don't, it's not supposed to be. I don't think. Like I'm saying, the old Fable games weren't this. I don't know. I think maybe they're trying to make it a little more. I don't know. I don't know what the idea is here, because everything outside of the combat does seem like they're trying to do like fancy Fable stuff. Like it's very Fable. I feel like they're
They
trying
even
to be
got
a
this,
little
like,
more
really
like they're sleeker, or not sleek, but just maybe a little bit more like Witcher, a little more adult with their Fable combat in this one.
maybe.
Adult.
Like,
But I
mean,
it's not a good word for it, but I mean, like maybe they
mature? I
think
don't
like
know.
the Flash is too flashy. They want it to be like
I think it
not
looks
as flashy.
simplistic. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like maybe simplistic. I just keep thinking of them as being like car game developers, and maybe they don't want all that flash. I don't know.
Or
That
maybe
seems
they just
crazy for car guys to not appreciate Flash.
that's
Yeah, but
also a good point.
it's realism. It's like Flash based on realism, right? And like magic isn't real, so they're like so confused.
There's also
Is it, like-
it's also worth noting
Yeah.
here that like this
There's
game
never
is
been
coming
a
out.
car guy who appreciated magic.
It's worth noting here that like this game is supposed to come out in the fall of this year, so it's still probably like 7 or 8 months away at least.
Yeah.
So like there's
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even if it's just a matter of like dialing up those effects a little bit, like the base effects are already in place. I feel like they could probably pretty easily come back in and like, okay, let's amplify those effects, because people, based on feedback, people want a little more oomph in the stuff. So like
I'm
maybe
looking at
they could tweak those things.
like I'm looking at Fable like 3 like spell animations and stuff, and yeah, there's more like Flash, like for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Also, maybe
remember
those
that
are just like level 1 spells. Maybe there's like a whole like magic upgrade system that we don't really know about yet, and like you have to like level that shit
Yeah,
up.
I mean, sure, maybe,
There-
or maybe we just played too much fucking Dragon's Dogma, and
Maybe we're just jaded, okay?
yeah,
Maybe
it
we
could be
just
that.
This is why we can't have nice things.
it's
as
not.
they
It's
say.
not. I mean, we're not jaded. I don't think anyone went into this like expecting, like wanting to like dislike it. I just think some people were just a little surprised or like taken aback.
I
don't
would
know,
also
by
throw
how
out
much
that like
the combat didn't.
Sparkle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sparkle.
also
Didn't sparkle.
this same exact like discussion happened back when Avowed was first like really showed off, and like they cleaned it up better later on,
Well,
closer to launch.
That just looked kind of jank, and I think Val always had cool looking spell effects. But
Was
I mean,
it less
I guess
jank when it came out? Like, did
no,
that shit
I mean
improve
it
over the
still
final
looks kind of
push?
jank. Avowed combat's just really fun. Like
Yeah.
it's like they cared more about it feeling fun than looking, expensive. I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the
um,
ambitious thing they're doing in this game, or at least the thing that I took as to be like, this is like the thing they're trying to do, is like every single NPC in the game has like routines, and like this is where it starts to feel a little like Peter Molyneux-y, right? Where they're talking about like every NPC in the game has like their own like schedule that they adhere to,
yeah,
and
and you
like
can
they
like
have
hire them and evict them, and buying properties and stuff. That's very Fable, right?
Yeah.
Ever since
Yeah.
Fable 2, at least.
And
That's like been a
there's-
big part of.
And
Yeah.
like there's 1,000 of them, and you can marry them, you can have kids with them, like all of them
all of them.
theoretically.
But how deep is that going to get though? Like what's deeper than whatever having children with someone? I guess. But I'm saying like are you going to like how deep are the conversations between you and that baby mama? You know what I'm
probably
saying?
I mean,
not
if you're
that
gonna-
much.
Like,
But then
you could
again,
get divorced.
they weren't that deep in the original Fable games either. So
I know, but like now, like, is it enough that they're just kind of doing the things that Fable did
Yeah.
now?
I mean,
Is it enough? I don't
the
know.
big question mark here, and they do get they do kind of detail like one major like side quest in this like talk on the
Yeah,
showcase, and then while it is a bit of a spoiler, they do like talk about a really cool way in which like the decisions you make in that quest ultimately like leave a lasting impact on the world, and like that stuff's cool. I want to know how much of that stuff is actually in the game, or
that
if that's just
too.
like the
Yeah.
best example of it. But
I
like
think
the
they were
thought of
willing to spoil that because that giant sequence was heavily featured in an earlier trailer, but it did feel
Yeah.
like a little bit of a spoiler.
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they spoiled that, knowing there's a lot more cool stuff in the game
I
like
mean,
that
I
that
we
want
they're
to
not
see
spoiling.
more of the conversations though, or like these like more interactions with the people because there's a lot of stuff like oh they call you an asshole as you're walking around and you can hire them and have conversations with them, but like show more of the part like show more of the interactions, not just like the walk up to a conversation or like the first
Yeah.
line of a conversation. They said you can get married and have kids, or maybe you can get divorced. Show me the part where I'm having a conversation where it looks like my marriage is about to go to
She
shit.
like
They
he like
didn't
walks
get
up to a
into it.
character. He like
Like
walks
this
up
is
to a
what.
character for the first time and was like, "Would you like to get married and have kids? Yes or no?"
Well,
Yes.
I'm saying like
Boom.
this is where it starts to come off as very Peter Molyneux. They're
Yeah.
saying this stuff can happen, but show us like
How that
the
plays
meat
out in
of
real
yeah.
time.
Show us how this plays out. Like give us like prove to us that it's going to be more than
Show
just
me a
something.
marriage falling apart, god damn it.
Yeah, come on. No
I
more
mean, that
galaxy. No man's
happened in the
galaxy.
original
No man's
games too.
sky.
I
Don't No
know, but it
Man's
wasn't
Sky
very deep.
us. The modern day Peter Molyneux. You know, you
I
got to
think
show
it's
us.
I do think it's really cool though. I like to finally kind of see how something like Fable could look scaled up into like an open world, because it does appear to be like a full open world game.
Which I see
Uh,
that, but
which
and
is
I believe it. But like the fact that it's just open world, while Fable 1, 2, and 3 were not technically seamlessly open world or anything, is like
I mean,
it's
that's
certainly not enough anymore, right? Because
no.
everything is like that.
And there are open worlds that are more interesting than others for sure.
Yeah, but
So an open world
all
is
the
not.
juice in a Fable game happens like in the towns anyways, and like the stuff that happens between the towns is never like the juice in a Fable game, right? Like you're not buying properties and interacting with people, and they're reacting to you. All that stuff happens in towns. So it's
I don't know.
if you're trying to sell me on an open world, like explain to me the cool shit that can happen when you're out in that open world. What can
Now
I
that a
find
lot of
out
this
there and all
information
that?
is out there and they've shown the game finally for like a really, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we get another like detailed
Yeah,
breakdown of
hope so. I
specifically the
hope
open
so.
world between
Oh
now and
no,
launch.
they'll
But yeah,
have their Summer Games Fest thing that they'll do, and that's when they'll
oh
release
yeah,
more
yeah,
for.
that
And they
is
said it's
true. That
coming
is
out in
true.
autumn. Y'all think it's gonna make
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it'll
it's good.
make
I think
it'll
this is
make.
primed for delay.
this feels like August or September to me. I don't know why I'm basing that on absolutely nothing, but it feels
Well,
like
because they
August
said
or
autumn.
September.
They said autumn, and there's only
I
so
know,
many
but
months in
I'm
autumn.
just like, you know how sometimes you can almost like visualize like a date in your mind, and you
It's
can
the
like,
pumpkins. Nick saw the
I
pumpkins and
can
was like,
it
visualize
is the
"Ooh,
as
pumpkins.
a
someone who
Halloween
has this on their
game."
roster. I can visualize February.
I am a little nervous now because I did counterpick this, but I counterpicked it thinking it was never going to come out.
Uh,
Oh, what the fuck?
yeah,
Okay.
Don't we all?
Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk about it on the record a little bit because it's now that it's out there, it looks I'm actually very excited for it. I hope they deliver. I really do, because I do kind of miss Fable. Sometimes I get nostalgic and I consider playing the first Fable, and then I never do. Um,
I honestly think
but you
that
know,
it's gonna hit this year. Their year over year financial targets came out the other day, and Xbox was down 32% for their hardware. They were down 5 to 9% for their content and services. Like they
they need a hit, but
they need something.
I don't know if Fable is that hit, because I still feel like Fable's not like Final Fantasy, right? Like there's not
Well,
like a
no,
huge
funny you
built-in
say that,
audience.
they've
but
got 4
Final
games
Fantasy's
coming
not
this
Final
year.
Fantasy.
They've got Fable, they've got Forza, They've got Gears
Forza.
E-Day, and they've got Halo Campaign of
Do you think Gears E-Day is coming out this year? I don't know.
Yes, I think so.
Why was it not at the direct though?
Yeah, why was it not at the direct? That's kind of silly.
Hmm?
But maybe they're just saving it for Summer Game Fest. Anyways,
It may have
yeah,
its
I just
own
wanted
direct
to-
later on.
That is true. Anyways, we don't need to dwell on it, guys. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit on the record because it looks really fucking cool, and I like me some Fable. So, now, unless y'all have any objections, we're gonna wrap up with the 4-player minute. So these are our final thoughts for the week. Brad, would you like to go first?
No,
What?
no, I would
Okay.
not like to go first.
You really? Because you were complaining
Okay,
about
fine.
it
I'll
so
go first.
much during our
Hey,
award show.
but here's my final thought. I've been chilling, man. I've been wrapping up games. I finally finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I finally
Yes!
beat Savage Omega solo. I've still been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. There's one more title update. Apparently, there's like an insanely effective performance patch that finally came out, and there's more on the way if you're a PC player. I'm still looking forward to Tempered Arc Veils and all that jazz, but I find myself booting that game up still when I kind of don't necessarily need to be, because it is sort of my go-to comfort game. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Stories 3. It's very exciting, and yada yada yada. Where the fuck is Castlevania? Come on, man. What is going on here? I'm going to be in my 50s before I play another Castlevania game. What the
There
fuck
it
is
is again.
happening?
There it is again.
It's ridiculous.
I feel like I planted a seed in Brad's head, and now he's like,
It's a famous franchise, and it's successful on Netflix and stuff. What are you doing? Bring it back. I'm so mad.
"Yep."
We've gotten
If
so
Mega
many
Man can get a new
dream
game,
games.
then Castlevania can
Everything,
get a new game.
everything is. I played a new fucking Suikoden game. Well,
Dude,
in all but name. And then
there's
there's
been
a real
two
one
new-
coming out.
There's been 2 new Silent Hill games in a year.
Exactly. Metal
That are
Gear
good.
is back in a real way, kind of. What is Castlevania?
Metal Gear?
man?
Did you say Metal Gear?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
at least it's
Delta.
getting remixes.
Oh,
I'm
'cause
like,
Delta, 'cause
Konami's
it's Delta.
doing stuff with their franchises that feels significant compared to the past 10, 15 years. And this shit is still, you know what's funny? Metroid Prime 4 was a failure, I think. I think truly it was a failure, and I think we're not going to see that franchise for a while.
I feel like
and
I feel like I
the
said that
dude
last
who's
week
been
and you told me I was crazy.
the producer at Nintendo who's been in charge of Metroid Prime from the beginning, he left Nintendo and everything. It's a bad sign. What's left is Metroid, 2D Metroid Dread, and Mercury Steam. Isn't it so funny that Metroid is probably being left in the hands of Mercury Steam, just like Castlevania was back in the day when Igarashi left?
There's nothing
And
funny about that.
Look what they did with Castlevania. They fucking blew it. And they're gonna blow it with Metroid, and Metroid's gonna die for good.
Metroid Dread was pretty fucking good, though.
And you know what? People like that first Lords of Shadows game. That doesn't mean Mercury Steam was able to where's Castlevania?
I mean, if they stick with 2D Metroid, I think they'll be fine.
Where's Wallace, Nick? Where's Wallace? The Wire. It's a reference to the Wire.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wallace.
All
Michael B.
right.
Jordan. They killed him. He's
Crispy.
dead. Spoilers.
Okay. So for my 4-player minute, I'm gonna talk about Deadlock again because they're in the middle of another big expansion. They had a so remember
we can't talk about Deadlock.
last night. Oh yeah, it's NDA. It's closed alpha. But
That was
remember
so stupid.
how last time they did an expansion, they added 6 new characters. They completely revamped the maps, all the items and perks. They redid everything. They've done it again. And they're adding 6 whole new characters, and we're 2 characters in. They've introduced Rem, who's a little crow baby in a Scrooge, a Ebenezer Scrooge sleeping outfit, and he has a little candle and a pillow, and he shoots fire out of the candle, and he can throw the pillow and jump off of it. And he's all about sleeping, and he's adorable. And today they introduced Graves, who's a Lydia Dietz type, like creepy necromancer schoolgirl who her weapon is a severed lich hand, and she can like summon the dead and like make all these zombies that explode, and she can like suck life out of people. Really cool. They're really, really cool. There's 4 more left. There's a guy who looks like a Catholic Punisher. There's a guy.
Whoa.
There's a chick. Yeah, he's like a Catholic priest, but he's got like all these guns and
Like the
like
dude from
crossbows and
Trigun.
shit. Yeah, kind of like the dude from
Wolfwood?
Trigon with the no. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I was thinking of Helsing. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, Wolfwood from Trigon. Um, and then what else? There's a werewolf chick that everybody wants to fucking step on them, named Silver.
Is
There's
this game coming out this year?
dude, I don't fucking know. It's out. I don't know. I think it
He's
will
like,
always be
I've
just an
played it.
exclusive invite only game. Like it's not gonna come out. It's just if you're cool, then you're in. Like,
I'm saying, when can we bid on
it's
this?
a speakeasy game.
When can we bid on this for Fantasy Critic? That's the
Dude,
question.
I hope never. I hope never. It's sick though. They they finally like themed the rituals, like which are the objectives that you're trying to compete against. So like you have your goal, and then there's the enemy's goal, and you're trying to destroy all their shit while they're trying to destroy all your shit, right? Before it was just these floating heads called the patrons, and you had 2 factions, blue and orange, and they looked exactly the same. Now they've completely overhauled them and themed them, and now it's one side is the Archmother, who's like this like glass and concrete like angel of civilization and order, and then the other side is the Hidden King, who's like this fucking twisted, shadowy, eldritch abomination that kind of looks like the Wicker Man and like something out of H.P. Lovecraft. Which it's all great. It's all sick. The flavor and theming in Deadlock is
On point.
yeah, it's
Brucey the
completely
Wizard in
peak.
chat says he's played almost 800 hours of Deadlock, and that
Dude, it's crazy.
is
And the
insane.
craziest part, I almost forgot. The best part of this update is they added a new mode called Street Brawl, which is like the normie mode. So you don't have to play like a 45-minute game of Deadlock to like do anything. They now have a more condensed 4v4 mode where like it's just one track, like like enemy objective versus your objective. It's much more, I don't know, Overwatch E or like Team
Yeah.
Fortress 2 E. And they took all the like buying perks and stuff, and now they made it so that like every round you just get like 3 perks, and you pick them from a selection of 3. It's all randomized, and you're just kind of like picking real quick. Ba, 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 ba. It gets you in the game, and the game's like, I don't know, 15 minutes, right? It's sick. It is crazy good. If you were like, this looks cool, but I don't want to play a whole ass MOBA, Street Brawl. It's great. It's so good. And I guess that's it. I'm playing Karen right now, and I can give you my immediate thoughts.
We'll talk about it next week.
It's pretty great. I'm into it.
Guys, he means literally right now.
I mean, I
Yeah.
paused Karen to talk about Deadlock.
You son of a bitch.
Also, it's on your Fantasy Critic roster. One of the first big dub of the year, I guess.
First
right?
big dub of the year, baby. That's why I felt like maybe I should buy it.
And my
Like,
first
okay.
game out of the gate is a counter pick. So I've lost 13 points. That's
Hell yeah, brother.
Who
fucking
picked up
A.
Mia? Who had Mia?
Ed, maybe?
I can look. One sec.
Carlos,
I think
maybe?
it might be Ed.
Let's see.
Oh, maybe it's Carlos. Actually, I think it might be Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos got it.
Interesting.
Motherfucker. Okay.
But he also got High Guard, and who
Anyways.
knows about that?
He had
Who
High
knows?
Guard? He didn't have
Yeah.
He
High
has
Guard.
high guard.
He picked up High Guard. When did he buy that?
That was his 5th
What a
round pick.
fool. He drafted High Guard?
Yeah, and I counterpicked it.
What a you got
no.
an easy counter pick because of Carlos. God damn it. There's
All right.
always easy counter picks because of fucking Carlos. It's bullshit.
Chris Davis, final thoughts.
He drafted High Guard.
My final thought is that I have been I completed a hate playthrough of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I have not been this angry at a video game in a very long
Since Far Cry
time.
5.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, really.
I remember the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Far Cry 5 gave me like actual human trauma. But this, like, it is designed as a sequel to the most interesting Call of Duty game that has ever been produced, which is Black Ops 2, which was a single player,
Arguably.
really cool thing where there was branching storylines and multiple endings and a lot of flexibility with the things you could do. That was really fucking cool. And it is just a fucking spit in the eye to what that game was. First off, they for their narrative foundation, they go for the absolute worst ending possible that you could earn, of like the 12 different endings you could get in Black Ops 2.
From Black Ops 2, okay.
Yeah, so the entire world went to shit. You killed the bad guy, which threw the world into like a almost like a global civil war bullshit thing. You killed your father. Your mentor died. Like every worst case scenario that could happen, they let happen. And their whole idea of this is, you remember Modern Warfare 3 a couple years ago? How it was just an absolute shit show because it was more DLC than actual anything else, because it was literally quote unquote single player missions that are done in between like doing the battle royale map, like objective things. It's fucking
which
that
Call of
again.
Duty I started playing. I can't remember which Call of Duty I started playing, and I didn't play very much of it, and I stopped.
Well, this is
think it was Modern Warfare
so fucking terrible. It is. The storyline makes no fucking sense. It's built. It's not even called a single player game. It is a co-op campaign experience. They don't even put the fucking money when you're playing single player to actually like model your teammates. It's literally just you playing a co-op campaign alone. And half the enemies in there are the fucking zombies. Like, that's it. They reskin the fucking zombies, and you play through this terrible fucking story that I cannot put into words how much it pisses me off. And they're so I hate it so much.
Damn.
It is an insult to the legacy of what Treyarch used to be able to do. And I don't see a scenario going forward in which every third entry in this fucking franchise isn't just an absolute shit show. Because that's the trend now.
don't. To be fair, and I'm not like I don't claim to be like a Call of Duty expert, but I feel like Call of Duty campaigns have not been prestige gaming in quite a while.
No, they haven't
You know,
been.
it used to be, and now
They
they've been
tried
kind of
to
mailing
get
that
there
aspect
with
in.
the new Modern Warfare series starting in 2019, and it's okay. The last Call of Duty, the Black Ops 6, it wasn't half bad. I didn't hate it. It did some interesting things I kind of liked.
It's a box quote right there.
And this is just a fucking cash grab. Desperately, we need to put out a Call of Duty game this year, and we've got basically bare bones of a product. It fucking, I hate it. I hate it. I added it to my pile of shame on my shelf. I never want to play that game again. I don't want to trade it in.
Wait, you have a shelf for games you hate?
I have a shelf of games that I am disappointed that I own and I played and I don't like.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating concept, sir.
Yeah, it's adorned with other things like Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, Dead Island, Duke Nukem Forever, Bulletstorm, Assassin's Creed Unity. There's a bunch of things on there. Yeah. So yeah,
I hear Unity has really been cleaned up a lot. Just saying.
Yeah. I leave that pile there, visible for everyone to see, just so I know that copy of that video game can never be touched by another human being again.
You're doing it's a charitable donation. You're keeping it out of the hands of innocent gamers.
Yeah. But on a more cheerful note, I did finally get my order from Laced Records in.
Ooh. What is this? What is it? Oh.
It
Is it like
is It's the
Is that a
monument.
music box?
It's a music box that plays Alicia's theme in Expedition 33, and it's the monument from the game.
Did it cost more than $50, Chris Davis?
Yes, it did.
Because still waiting.
I know where this is going.
Still waiting
I
on
believe
my.
you haven't paid the man yet.
I ordered this last April. It came in this past week. I get paid tomorrow, Brad. I had to pay property taxes for the first time.
Wait a second. Never mind. We'll talk about property
How long have you
taxes
been in
off
the
the feed.
house?
Nobody wants to hear about property taxes.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Real quick. My final thoughts. That is a very cool music box, by the way. My final thought for the week. I've been jumping back into Death Stranding 2, finally, which is kind of an overwhelming game to kind of come back to after being away from it for a while. But I'm getting comfortable again with it. And Crispy, I just want to say, I just did the boss fight the other night in where you first right before you first meet oh my god, Elle Fanning, what's her character's name?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah, where you find Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like the boss fight where you're in the other world and it's like
Yep.
there's like
Yeah,
sparks,
fireworks and all that,
fireworks
yeah.
going off. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like
Those bespoke
insanity.
battle sequences are cool. They really are.
Fucking insanity. I was like, this is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And it's like intense and it's like scrappy. Like I'm like running around and trying to get pot shots in and like taking cover. And like I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is insane. I was not expecting this.
That's pretty cool.
Man,
They get those sequences get like pretty wild too.
I mean, they were really good in the first game.
I wish I had played that before we did our award show because I would have talked about it during favorite boss fights for the year. Like it's just
That's pretty
wow, it's pretty spectacular. But yeah, I'm getting back into it. I love this game, and man, just the audacity of this of like the creative vision. Of this game is just it's something to behold, man. It's just one minute I'm fighting this like I'm in like this other world fighting this like elite team of like ghost soldiers, and then the next minute I'm like saving a kangaroo from an asteroid,
and then putting it on your back.
And then putting it on my back. Yeah, like oh my, like what the fuck? I love this game.
Wait till you get to the VTuber.
I'm very excited to keep going.
The data scientist.
Yeah.
Man. And I still feel like I haven't even really scratched the surface of it. And I feel like the story technically I feel like I'm still like tiptoeing around like
you'll get
the actual story of the game.
Yeah, you don't know yet.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to get into that stuff. I'm going to play a lot of it this weekend.
You've got a good 40 plus hours ahead of you.
Meeting Tomorrow is a pretty important part of the story. So yeah,
I literally just like had the cutscene where they named her Tomorrow, and then I saved and I had turned it off, and that was the last thing I did.
She's kind of bland, right where you're at right now, but she gets so much fucking better.
She has no, as of right now, I haven't even heard her speak, so. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that she is a character that just gets better over time. But yeah, it's such a cool fucking game. Just
it's great.
What a fucking.
I mean, it genuinely. I mean, there's a reason why I was so upset that it didn't get much of a mention at the Game Awards. Like,
yeah,
like I get it that it's a sequel, and like we already kind of spent a lot of time talking about how cool its predecessor was, but this was such a.
But like, man, sequels in video games. That's a lot of times that's where the fucking sauce is, man. It's like
this was such a saucy upgrade.
Yeah, I can't wait to play more. And yeah, that's my final thought for the week, guys. We have reached the end of our show. Thank you again so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you for being here as always. We appreciate your support and your questions. If you're a subscriber or Patreon supporter, please make sure you get some new questions in before next week. And the most importantly, though, if you're not in our Discord, we'd love to have you. You can find us at discord.gg/4player and keep your eyes peeled at 4playernetwork.com because I got a new website going up here pretty soon, which will have our 2024 year in review because I realized I never posted it last year. Because, I'm a bitch.
Hey, can we
So
talk about the fact that like Silk Song can't win our number one because Chris Davis is a punk ass who won't fucking play it?
sure, I mean,
We can talk about it.
technically speaking, it could still be our number one if all of us
It
gave it our
can't be
number
because of
one.
Chris fucking Davis, and it's going
No,
to
no, no,
be
it can't.
E33 like everybody else, all the other
You don't
jerk ass
understand.
places.
You don't understand how our point system
I
works.
do
Clearly,
understand, and it's going to be fucked because Chris Davis, despite playing Hollow Knight this year, won't play Silk Song.
if every one of us besides Chris Davis put it as our number one spot on our list,
Well,
it would
we
end up being
didn't.
our site-wide number one. But that didn't happen.
He
Spoiler
also
alert.
didn't play
But yeah,
Kingdom Come
but keep your eyes
or
peeled because we
Blueprints or
are.
Blueprints, motherfucker.
Keep your eyes peeled because we are about to like really kick into high gear our production on our 2025 Game of the Year videos and our Game of the Year list. So we'll get all that stuff out to you as soon as we can. We appreciate your patience, but unlike most other outlets out there, we like to wait until the year is actually over to really start talking about that kind of stuff. So that makes us better than everybody else. Just kidding. Anyways, guys, again, be safe out there. Be good to each other. Play video games. We'll see you next week. Good night.